Hey guys, it's Editor Ebenezer again from Samani Enterprise Tutors, and today we're going to be looking at another Java program that we're going to be developing ourselves. This program is going to be aimed at calculating the mean and the range of a certain range of values specified by the user. Okay, so how is this going to work? The user is going to enter two numbers, going to enter the start number and then the finish number. So the user might enter 35 and then 50, and then what we're going to do is that we're going to display the numbers between 35 and 50. Then we're going to calculate how many numbers are being displayed. Then from there we're going to calculate the range and the mean of the number, and then the mean is the total number, the sum of the total number divided by the total number, and then the range is the highest number minus the lowest number. Okay, so that said, what have I done before starting these tutorials? I have created a new Java class file called meanrange.java. Alright, so like I always say, I will have my codes in my GitHub repository, so anybody that needs it can always go there and get it, and then copy and paste in your IDE, and then you can tweak as you like. Alright, so let's get started. So we're going to have two integer variables called int. Okay, int start number and then end number, just like this. Okay, so we'll need a scanner class or a scanner object to receive the value from the user is equals to new scanner. Okay, and then the source would be system.in. Okay, now like I always like to do, like to display a print statement saying, okay, so we're going to say please enter the start number. Okay, please enter the start number. Okay, then we're going to do this. Then we're going to say start number is equals to scanner.next int. Okay, this way. Alright, then I'm going to say please enter end number, and then now this should be in a loop. You use a do while loop. Do while. First of all, in order for us to print from a particular number to another number, we have to ensure that the first number entered is less than, is less than the second number entered. Okay, so we're going to say do while start number is less than end number. Okay, alright, so let me see what's that. So I'll just move this here. Okay, so I'm going to pick this and then I'm going to put it here in the loop so that this will happen. The do while loop will always execute once before checking the condition. Okay, so once this is being asserted, we're going to call a method. I'm going to call it display range of numbers. Okay, and then we're going to pass the start number and then the end number. Okay, right, so we're going to create this method here. Okay, so public, if you still remember our method, public static void. Now I don't want this to return anything, I just want it to print out the range of numbers, so I'm going to call this int start number and then number. Okay, so we're going to be using a for loop to display everything. So we're going to say for okay, so we're going to say for int counter UNTER is equals to, it's going to start from the start number. Okay, so start number, okay, counter, so less than or equals to end number. Then we want to increase the value of counter by 1. Okay, so we're going to just say then we're going to say system dot out dot println, then we're going to just print the value of counter. Okay, so this particular line of code we just print the start number to the end number. All right, so let us then know how many numbers are printed. So we're going to have another integer value called count. Okay, so here we're going to increase the value of count, so count plus plus now. Okay, now we'll just call it, say calculate alright, I'll just call this method calculate numbers. Okay, so calculate numbers. Now this is just to get us how many numbers. So alright, so I'll say count is equals to calculate numbers. So public static, this will return an int calculate numbers. This is supposed to take in 2 variables, just as this. So int start number and then int end number also. Okay, so we're just going to put this loop here, but instead of displaying anything, what we're going to do is increase. Okay, I missed something here. Okay, let me see what that, okay, it's supposed to return something, and then we're going to say int count right here. Then every time we're going to increase count. Okay, what's that about? Okay, variable is equals to 0. Okay, so right here we're going to return count. Okay, alright, now that calculates. So this will display the range of numbers to say how many numbers have been displayed. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say calculate mean and range. This is going to be another method. So start number. Okay, so this is mainly just going to print. Okay, so we can do all our mathematics from inside. So from inside the method, static calculate mean and range. Okay, so I'll rub this off and then have this as int public static void. Please do not forget the void, because this is just to display, this will carry out all the whole mathematical functions inside here and then displayed here. So int start number, do not forget, and then int end number. Okay, so having this in check, now in order for us to, let's just have this called int count. Okay, so int sum, instead of doing this on 2 separate lines, we can just do this on 1 line. Sum, still we're going to still need this for loop. Okay, instead of printing here, Okay, so it has not been initialized, is equals to 0, and then we're going to initialize the value of sum also to 0. So this will count, and then we're going to say sum plus or equals to counter now. Okay, so sum plus or equals to counter. Now what this will do is the value of sum will increase in every loop by the value of counter. Okay, so every time it's going to increase based on the value of counter. So we're going to then say we're going to display system.out.println. Okay, then we say the mean is, now I'm going to carry out a mathematical function, or we can just say int mean is equals to sum divided by count. Okay, then this would be the mean, and then int range, okay, is equals to start end number minus start number, as that is the range. Okay, then the range is, I'm going to display the value of range. Okay, so I think that is all. Okay, so here display, we're going to say system.out.println, then we're going to say count. So if the total value was 52, if we display 52 numbers, so this will say 52 numbers being displayed. Okay, now let's recap. And so the first thing we did, we had a start number and an end number and then a count. Now this count is going to hold the value of the total number displayed on the screen. Now we use a do while loop to accept both the start number and the end number. Why? Because the start number must always be less than the end number. So whenever the start number, say the person enters 52, the user enters 52 as start number and enters 50, so we cannot display from 52 to 50, it must be from 50 to 52. So this do while loop checks and ensures that the start number is always less than the end number. So when we do that, we call two methods. The first method we call here is display range of numbers, okay, with the start number and the end number. Now the aim of this method is just to display, you know, the range of numbers, which is this method. So how does it work? It uses a for loop. Okay, so use a for loop to display the counter. It starts from the start number and then it's less than or equal to the end number and then increases by 1, and then this statement displays the number. Okay, now we then say count equals to calculate numbers. Now this method calculate numbers is just going to get us the total number of numbers being displayed on the screen. So if it was 32, this statement says 32 numbers have been displayed. If it is 2 numbers, it says 2 numbers have been displayed. So this calculates the mean and the range. Okay, so how does it calculate the mean and the range? We initialize two variables called count and sum. Now count is going to hold the total number yes being displayed, knowing that the mean is the sum total of the numbers divided by the particular the sum total divided by the number as the count of the number. So if 5 numbers were entered, this would be the sum of them divided by 5. Okay, now this is the sum. We now cumulate the sum by the value from the start number to the end number being sum, and then count increments based on how many times this for loop is being carried out. Then we have two int is sum divided by count, which is the mean, and then the range is the largest number minus the smallest number. Okay, so enough of the talking, let's run this and see what happens. So run as Java application, launching. Okay, so enter start number. I would enter 2 to 10. Okay, so let's see what happens again. So 2 to 10. Alright, so let's look at the do while loop again. While start number, do while, oh, to continue. So this statement is wrong. Do while end number is less than start number. Okay, alright, so this is how it will work. So alright, so start number is 2 and 10, so it displays 2 through 10 and then 2 through 10 again. Okay, so let's look at what happened there. Okay, so this shouldn't be here. I'll drop it off. I don't want to use, I'll use a print right here. Okay, then system dot out give us a line in between what is being displayed. So run a Java application again. So the start number is 2 and 10, so 2 3 4 5. Okay, so let me just do this in order to space out the display of the numbers. Okay, so run us again. Start number 2 and number 10, so 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 9 numbers are being displayed, so let's count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So that's correct. The mean is 6. So this is a accumulation of everything. So this is 2 plus 3, which is 5, plus 4 9, plus 5 14, plus 6 20, plus 7 27, plus 8 that should be 35, plus 9 that should be 44, and then this is 54. So 54 divided by 9, the mean is 6, and then the range is 8. Okay, so this mean is the integer value. So if we typecast this into a double, okay, all right, so I'll just use this as a double. Okay, so we'll run that again in order for us to get the fractional part of it. So 2 through 10, and then the mean is 6. Okay, so we'll run again. Let me give it another one, so I can display all the way from 30 to 50. Okay, so 21 numbers have been displayed. The mean is 40, and then the range is 20. Okay guys, so this is how you display a range of numbers, and then you can calculate it, and then the mean and the range. Now this application can be further made to calculate the mean, the median. All right, so I didn't want to make this very long, so this is where we end, and then we're going to be continuing with our Java tutorials. Please don't forget that I have my GitHub repository below, so you can always go and copy these files, or copy this code, put it in your ID, and then you can tweak as you see fit. So thank you for watching, and do come back to watch more, and then God bless.